station of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Last night at the Big A, J.B. Shuck showed that Mike Trout and Peter Borges aren't the only Angels who can go over the wall to rob a sure home run, making a dazzling catch to deny Jose Bautista. Who will have the stadium buzzing tonight? Find out next on Angels Baseball. Well, the Angels certainly have kicked off this homestand in grand fashion. 2 consecutive wins. They came from behind last night, and tonight it's game number 3 of a 4-game series against the visiting Toronto Blue Jays. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A, and alongside my broadcast partner, Mark Gubas. I'm Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us once again for Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. And, of course, the offense starting to click for the Angels. 2 nights ago, they had 12 hits. Last night, 14. And you'd think that Mike Trout and Josh Hamilton would be in the mix of those things. That's not the case. Last night, it was the bottom third of the order that got the job done.
Well, that great balance, Victor, and you mentioned that bottom part of the order, 7 through 9 were outstanding. Their approach is very quiet through the plate. Chris Nelson had 3 hits. J.B. Shuck had 3 hits. Chris Iannetta had a great hit and was outstanding behind the plate, throwing out 3 would-be base stealers. So that balance throughout the lineup, even picking up Mike Trout and Josh Hamilton. Of course, though, the biggest play of the game, though, Cole Calhoun, the leadoff hitter, already had 3 hits during the course of the game against Delamar. Good fastball, but Calhoun, a better fastball hitter. He got it on the inner half of the plate, and boy, did he tattoo this baseball. No doubter to right field. His first career home run ends up being the game winner for the Halos. So the swing through and, of course, the celebration after the game was outstanding. What do you want to see from this club? There's still so much fight in this lineup, still much fight in these younger players. So it was a great thing to see. Hopefully that leadoff spot once again to be able to get on base against this very difficult Toronto club.
Yeah, it seems like over the last couple of games there's been a little more swagger, if you will, with the young guys in the lineup and producing. Of course, that helps this pitching staff, and Jared Weaver will be on the hill today trying to pick up the win. He'll be facing ESMIL Rogers of the Blue Jays. Just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Lineup's first pitch when we return. Angels. That is 3 spectacular catches for the Angels. Trout, Borges, and J.B. Shuck last night. We welcome you back to Angel Stadium, Game 3 of the 4-game set between the Halos and the Toronto Blue Jays. Terrific defense last night. Clutch hitting Cole Calhoun. First time in his big league career with 4 hits, and his first major league home run proved to be the game winner.
That was a fun game. That was a total team victory yesterday. 2 games played well against a very good club like the Toronto Blue Jays, but what a lot of fun that was last night to see how the team came back and won that big hit. Calhoun was outstanding. The bottom part of the order, very good also.
One thing that stands out too is the energy. All of a sudden you see Cole Calhoun pumping his fist out in right field when JB made that catch. You see Eric Ibar coming out with a shaving cream pie after the game. It's kind of an infectious attitude, if you will, and hopefully that kind of carries over for the next 2 months of the season.
Yeah, a lot of energy in some of the newer guys wearing that Angel uniform at this point, so you got to be able to feed off that and be able to carry that on and win some games, win a bunch in a row if you can.
The Angels now at 50-58 on the season, having won 2 in a row. Currently 12.5 back in the West. Oakland won today. They defeated the Texas Rangers this afternoon by the final of 4-2. So Texas drops a game in the standings. They find themselves at 3.5 back of Oakland. And Texas will be rolling into town on Monday night here at the Big A for the first of 3 night games, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You see the Angels have taken the field. We'll take a look at John Gibbons and his starting 9 for the Toronto Blue Jays. They themselves in last place in the American League East, 15 back with a 50-59 record. They have Jose Reyes leading things off at shortstop. IZTURIS, the former Angel, at second base. Jose Bautista is in right. Edwin Encarnacion on the DH. Adam Lind at first base tonight. Colby Rasmus has swung the bat well in this series. He's in center. Brett Laurie at third base. J.P. Arancibia had the night off last night. He's back behind the plate batting 8th. And Emilio Bonifacio gets a start in left field. He will bat 9th. Facing Jared Weaver. Comes into this one with a 5-5 mark and a 2.84 ERA. The wind's starting to go up. The ERA is starting to come down and starting to pile up some strikeouts as well.
Feeling a lot better with his fastball command. You're not necessarily looking at velocity. Yes, he will touch 90 on occasion, but his command of his fastball is so important, especially getting ahead early and then be using your secondary pitches against this Toronto very aggressive club and will swing at pitches out of the strike zone. It's been outstanding in his career at the Big A. 57-22. with a 2.62 ERA at the Big A for his career.
Yeah, he's been spectacular, especially of late here at the Big A. And we'll talk about that once we commence this ball game. But we'll check out the Angels defensively. A little different look because Mike Trout is back in the lineup. Josh Hamilton is back in left field. Trout at center, Calhoun in right. The infield, Chris Nelson, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, Mark Trumbo around from third to first. And after 3 straight starts, Chris Iannetta, after a good game last night, on the bench, Hank Conger behind the plate.
And Hank Conger's been doing a good job, too, with Weaver on the mound. He's been throwing the bat a lot of base stealers. But Cole Calhoun has been outstanding in right field. You talked about that energy. A guy that can cut off the baseball in both the gap and down the line. Very strong throwing arm also, and an accurate one to boot.
5th start at right field for the Angels. Jose Reyes ready to lead things off. Toronto with the losses in the first 2 games of the series. Now 22-31 out on the road. The Angels will be playing in Toronto 2nd week of September. A 3-game setup there. That is the manager, John Gibbons. First one tonight is outside on Jose Reyes, switch hitting shortstop. 1 for 3 last night. He tied things up in the 6th inning with his 2-run home run. It's his 7th of the year. He looks at a strike to even the count.
One thing Weaver likes to do early in the game, like most veteran pitchers, establish the fastball and command of the strike zone with it.
This one in the air to right. Little breaking ball. Calhoun got a good jump on it. 1 out. Keeping that man off base certainly helps things. Weaver very good as far as holding base runners. And we saw last night, even with Tommy Hansen on the mound, who's had troubles this year holding would-be base stealers. Chris Iannetta did a terrific job throwing out 3 of them yesterday. First time in his career done that.
Well, he was incredibly quick with his transfer last night.
MAICER takes outside, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. The mighty one hitting .239, 5 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Signing a 3-year deal in the offseason with Toronto. Evens up the count on a fastball, and it's 1-1. All around good guy. Spent 8 seasons with the Angels. just under a 280 hitter as a member of the Angels, and a former Montreal Expo.
Yes, one of the most consistent hitters for the Angels with runners in scoring position throughout his career here.
The 1-2. This one's pulled foul. Still to the ball and 2 strikes. Not too many Expos left around baseball. He's one of them. Still one of the all-time best hats.
Oh, there's no question about that.
The 1-2. This one's fouled off the left. Jose Bautista on deck. Just underway. Jose Reyes a fly to right to lead off the game. So just cued downward foul. Weaver's last start was against Texas. No decision. He departed that game after 7 innings, had a 3-1 lead. Gave up a run on 5 hits. Struck out 6 and walked 1 through 104 pitches in those 7 innings. Fantastic outing for him. Swing and a miss. Down goes IZTURIS. Fastball down and away. 2 down.
Let's take a look at our AT&T rewind. Last night, Bautista thinking he has his 26th home run, but J.B. Shuck leaps up off the top of the wall into the stands, robs Bautista of a home run. One of the best plays you're going to see not only this year but ever. One of the fans and his teammates really excited about that play by J.B. Shuck.
One of the best dejected looks perhaps in all of baseball.
He's like, are you kidding me? It's a home run.
Oh, but it's not.
No, it just goes as a fly out.
That's it. Hitting .252, 25 home runs, 66 RBIs. This one's pulled to third, backhanded by Chris Nelson. Across the diamond, and Nelson again with the glove. Made a couple of spectacular plays 2 nights ago. Comes up with a big one here in the first.
Boy, this ball was hit well by Bautista. He's thinking this defense has been struggling. Not against me, it hasn't.
.23 top half of the first. No score. Cole Calhoun will lead things off for the Angels. Here's Mike Scioscia starting 9. Mike Trout at center. Hamilton in left. Kendrick the cleanup hitter at second. Trumbo at first. Ibar at short. Nelson at third. Shuck the DH and Conger doing the catching as they take on the 27-year-old right-hander native of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic by the name of IZMIL Rogers.
Rogers has a good fastball. He's been using a lot more two-seam fastballs, 91 to 96. Cut fastball, slider, changeup, and a curveball.
3-5 record, a 4.36 ERA. Guys bounce back and forth between rotation and the bullpen. Picked up in a trade with Cleveland, the Mike Vilas deal in the offseason.
Remember him with Colorado coming out of the bullpen, had a very good arm. He's throwing a lot more four-seam fastballs at that point, but could get wild. 27 walks in 88 2/3 innings pitched this season, so he can get wild at times.
Outside, 2 balls and a strike. We'll check out our Hyundai key to the game.
Playing Toronto, going a little rush. Clockwork Angels. We're talking about guys that go out there and play with intensity, work hard. One of them being right here, Cole Calhoun, a number in this lineup, especially bottom part of the order for the Halos.
Calhoun fouls it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mike Trout hitless last 3 games. Second time he's done that this year. On deck, Calhoun 4 for 5. 3 singles and that 2-run home run in the 8th inning.
Chris Nelson really got that thing rolling in the 8th inning with his double. He had 3 hits, played some solid D also.
2-2 is cut on and missed. Down goes Calhoun, and there's the first out. Check out the Blue Jays defensively behind Rogers. Bonifacio, Rasmus, and Bautista in the outfield from left to right. The infield has Laurie, Reyes, ESTURIS, and Flynn from third to first, and Aaron Sibia behind the plate.
And MAICER, we know him all too well as far as a great glove, soft hands, very good as far as turning double plays. Started 37 games at second base this season, has been involved in 21 double plays, 5 errors this year at that position, and 970 fielding percentage for MAICER. Has played some short, third, second base, and plays all those positions well.
Trout looks at strike 1. Mike hitting .325, 17 home runs, 66 runs batted in. 0 for 2 last night, but had 3 walks. He's got 6 walks in the last 3 games. Just in off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rogers, a guy that came up as a starter with the Rockies. Parts of 4 seasons in the big leagues with Colorado and also a little bit of Cleveland last year. This was back up the middle. Forget about that hitless string going to 4 games. A 1-out base hit brings up Hamilton.
We're in that nice approach, quiet approach, let the baseball travel. Inside out, good fastball from Rogers, but so quick through his hands. He's got great balance. He has that nice stride through the baseball and then back up the middle. Now Rogers is going to have to deal with a guy with a lot of speed at first base and a lot of power at the plate in Josh Hamilton.
You know, Tim Salmon brought up something made perfect sense on the pregame show today, talking about Trout. Mentioned the 3 straight games without a hit. But that said, he reached base safely 10 consecutive times in Texas in that heat. And playing the defense kind of zaps your legs a little bit. You can see why there might be a little bit lull after having games such as that.
That's why Mike Scioscia let him DH yesterday, even though he wanted somehow to keep him part of the game and let him swing the bat, but it's an opportunity to rest his legs. That is some serious heat we dealt with down there in Texas for the players.
And Hamilton lines one to left field. Bonifacio played on a hop. Hamilton had been hitless as well. These 2 guys saying, you know what, I'm tired of the other guys picking us up. It's our turn.
Well, you guys still can contribute also, but we're going to be jumping in on the party today.
Yeah, don't be afraid to contribute. Hamilton been batting .221 coming into this one.
Boy, another nice approach is going the other way with the baseball. Didn't try to do too much. Relaxed his hands. The good part of the bat on that fastball from Rogers. Throwing a lot more 2-seam fastballs. That's the approach you're going to have to take against them. A lot more 4-seams early on out of the bullpen. That's a swing and miss fastball up in the zone. 2-seam fastball designed to sink and keep it down.
Here's Howie Kendrick. 2 on, 1 out. The Angels in this series, 12 hits on Thursday, 14 hits last night. 2 here in the first. Howie hitting .298, 11 home runs, 46 RBIs. 1 for 5 last night with a single and a run scored. Big hole on the left side. Ray is trying to keep Trout close to the bag. In the dirt. Nice block by Aaron Sibia. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels faced a right-hander, Todd Redmond, last night. Knocked him out. His pitch count kind of knocked him out. Gave up 3 runs in 3 2/3. Redmond sent back down to the minor leagues today.
It's like we heard about him. He had that invisible fastball.
Yeah.
That arm angle he created to be able to have that movement on his fastball, lateral movement.
1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. 1-2.
Interesting sequence for Rogers against Howie here. Slider, slider, and another slider. A lot more fastballs the first couple of batters of the game.
Howie's had the propensity to roll into that double play this year 15 times, perhaps trying to get him to roll over one of those pitches. Now the 1-2. Fastball down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mark Trumbo on deck. No score, bottom of the first. Weaver with a 1-2-3, top of the first. Calhoun struck out to start off the bottom, and then Trout and Hamilton with a back-to-back singles. Two-two pitch. Breaking pitch, looped foul and out of play. Start time an hour earlier, so right field very difficult. The Sun field, first couple of innings, is Bautista. That's the alignment that Toronto likes to play for a lot of the hitters against the Angels. Rasmus toward the alley right center, Bautista toward the foul line. And that may have helped J.B. Shuck's drive yesterday that resulted in a triple. Tied game up in the 8th inning, with Bautista playing that far toward the foul line.
Pretty surprising. More so, you would like to bunch the outfielders a little bit more so in the gaps if you can.
Lays off. That's full count. Now with a full count of 2 outs, you got good speed on the bases. Do you start him?
Have to be going right now, no question.
.16 pitches thrown by the right-hander. Runners don't go, and Howie shoots it foul. Got a fastball there.
Pretty surprising, especially because Howie's hitting a number of double plays. You pointed that out a little bit earlier in his at bat. And Howie does make good contact.
I think I was more surprised that he got a fastball 3-2 than the breaking pitch.
He's really working hard as far as working that 2-seam fastball, trying to get a ground ball.
Another 3-2. Runners don't go. Howie shoots it into right, a base hit. Trout had to hold up between second and third to make sure that ball got through. And Bautista gets the baseball back in quickly to the middle of the infield. 3 straight hits. Loads him up for Mark Trumbo.
And this is another very good approach here by an Angel hitter in this inning against Rogers. Comes inside with a fastball. Did a great job as far as getting his hands in and then threw the baseball. And Trout making sure that ball got by MAICER and in the right field. At that point, Dino Eba's going to hold him up and allow Mark Trumbo an opportunity to drive him home.
Trout at third, Hamilton at second, Kendrick at first, Trumbo at the plate. Mark tried to put last night behind him, 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Chance to put the Angels up here in the first. First one is fouled back. Let that fastball down and in on Mark. Trumbo homered in game 1 on Thursday. Josh Johnson on a hanging breaking ball. Halos had a 4-run first inning in that game. 0-1 pitch. Breaking pitch, chops lofty towards second base. Kendrick stops, flips the rails, found the first, safe at first, 1-0 Angels. That little hesitation there by MAICER. Trumbo picks up an RBI.
What it was Howie running towards it and then stopping right away. MAICER thinking he was going to tag Howie, but with Howie stop, it forced a throw to shortstop, and Jose Reyes step on the base and try to throw out. Trumbo going to first. Job by Howie is just making him think in terms of trying to tag him. Real close play at first base too. Trumbo sensing that RBI, gets the foot in there just before the ball goes in the glove.
Jerry Davis, the first base umpire, with the call. So runners at the corners. 2 outs now. Eric Ibart to play. Trumbo, by the way, picks up his 66th run batted in. He's at first. Hamilton at third. Breaking pitch. Called strike. Eric hitting .284, 4 home runs, 38 runs batted in. 2 for 3 last night. He started the 3-run rally in the fourth by getting drilled around the knee. Led to 3 runs in that fourth inning. Just took a 3-2 lead. He's off. 1 ball, 1 strike. One on the way. Down and in. 2 balls and a strike.
Hard breaking ball in the dirt. 4 wild pitches this season for Rogers. Aaron Sibby with 10 pass balls also. So if you're Hamilton, get that good secondary lead, and if the baseball gets away from Aaron Sibby at the plate, you got to try to score.
Back up the middle. That's into center. A base hit. 2-0 Angels as Hamilton crosses the plate.
Once again, Eric Ibar coming through with a runner in scoring position. And into the game, a .303 hitter with runners in scoring position comes through once again. A base hit up the middle. All 4 hits today so far for the Angels against Rogers were quality swings, not trying to do too much. Couple up the middle, a couple the other way.
.39 RBIs. Pete Walker, a quick visit to the mound. 24 pitches for Rogers. 2 outs, runners at first and second now for Chris Nelson. Nelson had himself a heck of a game last night. He started the rally in the 8th inning with a leadoff double and eventually scored. 3 for 4. Eight for 20 with the Angels. He looks at a strike. A couple of former teammates with the Rockies.
It's the first start for Rogers against the Angels, but he's had 4 other appearances in ERA over 10. Giving up 3 earned runs in 2 2/3 innings pitched, coming out of the bullpen against the Angels.
1 ball, 1 strike. He took the loss the last time out on July 28th. 4 1/3 innings, 8 runs, 10 hits against Oakland at the Coliseum. Two wins as a starter, 1 as a reliever. A guy that was all out of the bullpen last year between Colorado and Cleveland. 67 games out of the pen. He struggled with the Rockies and they traded him to the Indians. And Toronto picked him up in the offseason. 1-1 pitch. Breaking pitch. Strike. 1-2.
And this bullpen for the Jays has been tested in this series, the first couple of games, and then with the amount of pitches thrown by Rogers already and struggling to get through the first inning, the bullpen may be used quite a bit again tonight.
1-2. This is punch past IZTURIS and into right. Trumbo's going to be waved in. Bautista's throw goes to Reyes at second. It is 3-0 Angels. Chris Nelson with his 5th RBI.
Boy, another good swing the other way once again on a hard pitch. Chris Nelson, 4 hits in the last 2 games now with 3 hits last night. That base hit there. Nice job of running the bases too by Eric Ibar. Base hit in by MAICER restores at second. Bautista was thinking he was throwing all the way to third base, but Ibar stops grounding. If you get there and that throws quick to third and tags Ibar before Trumbo crosses the plate, that run would not count.
There's J.B. Shuck, the DH tonight. He will look at the strike. 5 hits for the Angels here in the first inning, leading it 3-0. J.B. hitting .296 with a home run and 25 RBIs. .332 on base percentage, has 14 doubles, 3 triples on the season. Went around on the breaking ball. It's 0-2. He had a 3-hit game himself, single, a double, and a triple last night.
Oh, yeah, and he made a nice play in the outfield, too.
Yeah. That's a called strike 3 on the inside corner. The inning comes to an end, but the Angels hit 8 men to the plate, pick up 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 in the books. 3-0 Angels. For ESMIL Rogers, 31 pitches in that first inning. The Angels get 3 runs on 5 hits. Good piece of hitting by Chris Nelson. 2 strikes, 2 outs, picking up another RBI.
It's great base running, too, by Eric Ibar. Not just going first to third, especially with Bautista and that throwing arm. Could have been a close play there before Trumbo even touched home plate.
4, 5, and 6 for the Blue Jays here in the second. Edwin Encarnacion serving as the DH tonight. It's ball 1. .277 batting average, 29 home runs, 85 runs batted in. 1 for 3 game last night. Drew a walk as he looks at strike 1. Only 2 guys in the lineup for John Gibbons with an extensive experience against Jared Weaver. Rajay Davis, who's not in the starting lineup, and Adam Lynn, who's on deck. Davis 5 for 21. Lynn 7 for 21 with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. Two at 2.
Yeah, as a pitcher, you always look for some guys in the lineup where you try to work your way to if there's an RBI situation where you've had some success. There's 4 total batters in this lineup for Toronto today, are a combined 0 for 14 against Weaver. That's Rasmus, Bautista, Arancibia, and Bonifacio. So you look for those guys to come up in those key spots.
Right, stayed away from Encarnacion. This one lifted out to right. Mike Trout, Cole Calhoun. It's Trout taking charge, makes the catch for the first out. Mentioned Eric Ibar on the base running on the hit by Nelson at second.
And look how close he's staying towards the base, because Bautista at that point is in right field. He's thinking in terms of throwing all the way to third, and Trumbo's not even able to get to home plate at that point. If that throw is accurate to third, Great decision by Ibar. He almost baited that throw to third to make sure that Bautista, with a great arm, does not throw home. He stops at second, allows a third run to score.
Good read once again by Dino Abel at third base. First one is high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Adam Lind hitting .288. Served as the DH the first 2 games at first base tonight. 0 for 3 last night, but has 13 home runs on the year and 40 runs batted in. Still breaking pitch upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Back toward the middle, but Ibar was shading him that way. 2 outs. That'll bring up Colby Rasmus. Time now for a Fox Sports 1 game break. Thanks a lot, A. Here, 2 outs in the second. 3-0 Angels. A 3-run first inning. Weavers retired the first 2 batters in the second. Colby Rasmus, the batter. Center fielder for Toronto. Looks at a strike. Rasmus with a single and an RBI last night. 1 for 4. Multi-hit game 2 nights ago. 279 average. Really on top of home plate. The hands pretty much over the plate.
Well, he was listening in. We were saying that last night, that we thought that Weaver would be able to get inside on Rasmus. He's looking away. He can drop the head of the bat on a breaking ball down and in, but up and in, no.
This one out to left field. Hamilton moving back on it. Has a beat. And a 1-2-3 inning shutdown inning at that for JERED Weaver. We'll head to the bottom of the second. The Angels leading at 3-0. Nothing Angels. It is Mike Trout Youth Jersey Giveaway Night. Good crowd on hand on a beautiful night for baseball.
He's already got 1 hit.
Yeah.
He's very good on those giveaway nights.
That's right, huh? The Trout pint glass giveaway against the Seattle Mariners resulted in the cycle. Michael promising us before the game that he was going to hit for the cycle.
Yes, of course.
No.
We'll say that, though.
9-1-2 for the Angels. Conger, Calhoun, and Trout. Hank hitting .239, 6 home runs, 14 RBIs. Breaking ball, caught the corner. 0-2. Looks like Mark Carlson, the home plate umpire. wanted to call some strikes tonight. Rogers threw 31 pitches in the first, picked up a couple of strikeouts, but gave up 3 runs on 5 hits. This one a little looper to Reyes. It's short, and he makes the catch for the first out. And the Angels return home to face the Astros for Flashback Weekend, presented by Total Performance Engine Oils. On August 16th, 7:05, the Angels will wear their 1980s retro uniforms, and fans can enjoy a post-game concert by Queen tribute band Queen Nation. For more info and to purchase tickets, visit angels.com/promotions or concerts, either one. Yeah. Multiple websites.
Yes.
Yeah. We're about the people.
Yes.
Here's
We're all about Queen. Throwback.
Big Queen fan?
Yes. Big time.
Yep. 80s uniforms. The old V-necks.
Very comfortable when it's warm.
There's no doubt. Calhoun 0 for 1. He struck out as he reaches for this one, bounces and fouls. An 0-2 count. That would, I would imagine the Astros will partake in the festivities that week, and that means they'll be wearing the rainbow uniforms.
Oh, they're great unis.
The old Mike Scott unis. J.R. Richard. Enos Cabell.
Yes.
Glenn Davis.
Glenn Davis, yes.
Yeah.
Then he went over to Baltimore.
Yeah. See, Alan Ashby. Wasn't there a Dickie Thon?
Yes.
Right. Julio Cruz.
Great socks he used to wear, the high
Awesome
stirrups.
socks. He even wore them when he was coaching.
Yes, he
That's
did.
great. Here's the 1-2. Calhoun fouls it back. Still at a ball and 2 strikes. Trying to think of the other left fielder.
I remember that 80 team real well. They played the Phillies in an epic 5-game series. And the Phillies won that to get to the World Series.
Calhoun goes down swinging for the second time. 2 outs. Mike Trout coming up. We'll check our AT&T Twitter poll question of the series. And here it is. Mike Trout's most impressive quality. We want to hear from you. Speed, defense, instincts, discipline, or attitude. Discipline has been leading the pack the first 2 games of this series. Hashtags are right there on your screen. Send us a tweet at Fox Sports West. We'll give you a running total a little bit later on.
See if those instincts can make a run at the discipline.
Trout 1 for 1 with a single back up the middle.
About as consistent as you can be as a rookie. 326 this season batting average. 326 second in the AL both seasons.
One ball, 1 strike.
56 extra base hits this year for Mike Trout.
Way outside. Hard breaking pitch.
So far in this at bat, a slider, a fastball in, and a hard cut fastball away.
2 guys I was thinking of, Billy Hatcher and Kevin Bass.
Kevin Bass was a good player.
Yeah. Breaking pitch caught the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Billy Hatcher had that big game, a big series against the Mets in that playoff series. The Astros were involved in some pretty good ones there in the 80s.
Yeah. 86 was that one with the Mets. This one's back toward the middle. It's going to be a tough play for Reyes. Pulls off balance, gets Trout. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for ESMIL Rogers. 2 in the books. The Angels still out top 3-0. A little bit later on in the game.
Why would we not?
Yeah.
They're having fun with their jerseys.
Yeah, they are. It's only fair, right? The Angels went down in order in the second inning, and Weaver will face the bottom third of the order here in the third inning. Laurie, Arencibi, and Bonifacio.
Fans just love Mike Trout here. And all around baseball, everywhere we go.
Laurie drives one out to left field on a hanging breaking ball. Hamilton pulls up. This one is into the bullpen. Gone. Home run, a solo shot to lead off this third inning for Brett Laurie. And it's 3-1 Angels.
Well, he took advantage of a break ball that stayed on the inner half of the plate. Didn't miss that one. His 9th home run of the season, 24th RBI for Brett Laurie. Hank Conger wants that break ball away, and it spins inside part of the plate. Well, you can tell by the reaction by a pitcher right away if he thinks he's got it. Weaver just put his head down and just gave it a courtesy look to see how far that was going to go. That's the first run that Weaver has allowed here at the Big A in his last 26 in a third innings pitched.
Arencibi fouls this one back, evens up the count at 1-1. The Blue Jays catcher hitting .216, 17 home runs, 44 RBIs at the start Thursday night. Went 0 for 3. This one rolled up third base line. Nelson has it. It's a fair ball. Trumbo is off the bag. And that little second hesitation, that little second step back toward the bag, led first base umpire Jerry Davis to believe he was off it.
Yeah, if he just goes and throws the baseball around the diamond, I think they're going to get the out. But when you have to reach back towards the base, that's an indication as an umpire that he didn't touch the base as the throw was a little bit low from Nelson. But certainly have an opportunity to get him out. Well, right there, it looks like his foot is on the base. Then when he goes back, Jerry Davis decides to say he did not make contact with the base, and Arencibi is safe at first.
Bonifacio showing bunt, takes down and in. Figured to be an error on Mark Trumbo. If it holds up, it'll be Trumbo's 8th error of the year. Nelson playing it over third. Hits this from the air to right. Cole Calhoun was playing deep. And Track will make the catch for the first down. Go back to that play. Nelson, too, got rid of the ball quickly and realizing that perhaps he had a little bit more time.
In the reach back with the foot, you could definitely see no contact with the base there as Arencibi gets his foot on the base.
One out, one on. Top of the order now. Jose Reyes hit a fly ball to right field in the first inning. Skies this one to left. Another off-speed pitch to Reyes. 2 outs.
And that's the key against Reyes, is throwing slow curveballs and changeups against him, force him to get out in front. He could jump on a fastball. Last night against Tommy Hanson, got a high fastball and hit it out the right.
Breaking pitch missed outside. Talking about MAICER and playing with the X. We just saw that graphic there. 10. MAICER struck out of the first inning. The only punch out Weaver's picked up tonight. Pulls this one into right field, a base hit. Arencibi will stay at second base as Calhoun gets the baseball back in. 2004, the old the Expos Odyssey, was it not? The old traveling Montreal Expos.
Down playing in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
A number of home games. That was a pretty good place to hit. Not so good if you're a pitcher.
Ah, but the beaches.
Yeah, that'd be a good place to go on the road, that's for sure.
2 on, 2 outs. Jose Bautista, the batter. He's the right fielder. 3-1 Angels. The first one is just off the plate. Bautista grounded out in the first inning. It was that fantastic play by Nelson on the backhand.
He's been consistently putting up those big numbers, power numbers, and patient at the plate. It's a big batter here for Weaver. Bautista, a dangerous hitter. 3-1 game with 2 men on. Weaver has faced 12 batters in this game, has only thrown first pitch strike to 2 of them so far.
2 balls and a strike. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss. Bautista coming out of his shoes on an 88-mile-per-hour pitch.
And that's the benefit that Weaver has. A lot of hitters thinking slider, curveball, changeup. There's a fastball down the heart of the plate at 88, and Bautista does not make contact. That's pretty close at 90. See if it catches the outside corner. Lower part of the quadrant, catches the corner. Perfect pitch. Didn't get the call.
Well, full count of 2 outs. Runners are going to take off. Aaron Sibia from second. IZTURIS from first. Leadoff home run to Brett Laurie. Here's the payoff. The runners go. Bautista swings through it. The inning comes to an end. Laurie gets the Blue Jays on the board with his 9th of the year. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. 3-1 Angels. Fox Sports West is offering you a special discount for Angels tickets this month with the Fox Sports West ticket takeover. Just log on at angels.com/FSWest during our broadcast and enter promo code FOXDEAL. You can save up to 50% on select tickets while supplies last. All ticket master fees apply. Log on now. Gooby's doing it right now. That noise you hear is the keyboard.
Yes.
Ding.
All set.
It's like you're on a typewriter, the old school typewriter.
Yes. probably need that still.
Norm would know what those typewriters are like, or statistician. Hamilton swings and misses on the off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hamilton a single in the first inning and a run scored.
Against Rogers, got a fastball away and served it into left field. Good approach by Hamilton.
1-2. Rogers had himself a 1-2-3 second after facing 8 batters in the first. 31 pitches in that first inning. Ground ball toward the hole. Laurie was playing that way. Third baseman fires to first, 1 out.
Coming up later in the game, we'll check out all the headlines around Major League Baseball in our Carl's Jr. Sports Update on tap. Saturday nights, all right for the Aces. There's some big-time pitchers taking the hill tonight. Weaver, Scherzer, Corbin, Price, Lincecum, Liriano, and Peavy. A couple of them got locked up against each other today. Corbin and Peavy, very good pitching matchup up in Boston. Jake Peavy makes his debut against Arizona in Boston. Peavy dealt too, leading in this game so far, 3-2. Scherzer, unbelievable season he's having.
Yep.
This might have won his 16th game.
And that's the thing about both Cleveland and Kansas City. While they may be on nice runs, so are the Tigers.
Yeah, they continue to win. Everybody in that division had an amazing winning streak.
Up and in, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah. So it makes it that much more difficult.
We'll always consider the weaker divisions, both the AL Central and the NL Central. Not this season, that's for sure. Kansas City won in extra innings today, 3 games over 500. Cleveland's been playing exceptionally well. And Detroit, well, they're Detroit.
And the White Sox, complete meltdown this year. 23 games out. Started last year, towards the end.
That last month and a half.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch. Cranky pitch, rolled foul. Howie had a single in the first inning, so he's 1 for 1.
I really think the Tigers did a good thing by getting Iglesias to play shortstop. Athletic player, very good range at shortstop. That's the one thing that the Tigers lack there, is range in the infield. A lot of ground balls that you would think you're going to get outs with as a pitcher end up being base hits.
Pulled toward the hole. Reyes can't get it. It's the second hit of the night for Howie Kendricks after a string of 5 in a row, retired by Rogers.
Howie's second hit, 1-2 between the hole with first and second. This between short and third. Both ground ball base hits by Howie. That one ran in, a little bit more of an all-speed pitch. Didn't have that opportunity to go inside out. It's through the hole for another hit.
Trumbo reached on a fielder's choice, picked up an RBI and scored in the first. 0 for 1. The RBI, his 66th. Quick throw to first. It's pretty good gas over to first base from Rogers.
Not easy to steal against. He's only allowed 1 stolen base this season in 2 attempts. Quick throw like that, that'll keep you closer to the base.
Yeah. There, Sibia had a couple of stolen bases against him 2 nights ago. Trying to throw from his knees. Oh, 2.
Well, he challenged with a fastball. Got a 94-mile-an-hour 4-seam fastball by Trumbo.
Well, the fielder's choice that Trumbo hit in the first inning was on a breaking ball away and punched it over to IZTURIS at second base.
You would imagine him trying to go upstairs with a fastball now against Trumbo. 5 times in this game, Rogers has been ahead of the count 0-2.
See why Rogers is tantalizing his arm. Seemed to have a little giddy up there at the end.
Key for him is not overthrowing.
Time is called. Trumbo asking for it.
When you're blessed with an arm like him, you don't have to try to throw it 98, 95, 96 with some good movement both sides of the plate. Is all you need. Does have a pretty good slider, good curveball. Fields his position very well also. Not easy to bunt against.
This one pulled to third. Laurie feeds IZTURIS for one to relay to first. Inning-ending double play. We've played 3 here at the Big A. The Angels still on top 3-1.
The whiff. Weaver fastball by a fastball hitter in Jose Bautista. 88-mile-an-hour fastball hard to the plate. Gets the swing and miss with the whiff from Weaver.
4, 5, and 6 for the Blue Jays here in the fourth with the Angels up 3-1. Encarnacion breaks his bat, pulls one down the left field line, but foul. We'll get some new lumber from the dugout. 0-1 count. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Fly ball to center field. '71 home runs since the start of last year. Miguel Cabrera and Chris Davis just ahead of him. Davis with 40 this year. This one janked foul. 0-2.
Well, that's jumping on a fastball. I wonder if we will throw that good slow curveball now.
For the Bugs Bunny changeup.
Anything around 72 or slower would be a perfect pitch against Encarnacion here. His first 0-2 count of the game for Weaver.
1-2. You're not a fan of that pitch.
Most times hitters don't chase that. What it does is sets up the big curveball after that pitch. But the reason why I think it's not as effective, especially because Weaver can command his fastball so well, hitters know that. So they're not going to chase that too often, especially that high. Yeah, you're changing eye level, but the reality is Weaver's got that reputation of throwing a lot of strikes. So that high out of the zone is not going to get a chase from a hitter.
2-2. There's the changeup, and it's hit into left field for base hit. Second straight inning, the leadoff man has reached. We'll bring up Adam Lynn, first baseman.
Change up. Did have Encarnacion out in front. Great action on that change up. The seam rotation out in front with the hip, but kept his hands back long enough in the strike zone to get a base hit in the left field. Yes, the speed fooled him, but because of the sequence of pitches before that, allowed him to keep his hands back and got a base hit.
Lynn looks at a strike. He grounded out to Eric Ibar in the second inning. 0 for 1. He was allowed 3 hits, home run and 2 singles. Oh, a good on-speed pitch, 0-2. Colby Rasmus on deck. The 0-2.
See, a lot of times your goal as a pitcher when you're ahead 0-2 is to make a pitch close enough where the hitter can think, is he going to go back that same spot? Is he going to change speeds? But when you throw a high fastball like that, especially because of Weaver's ability to throw strikes, doesn't work quite as effective as a guy that's going to live upstairs with a fastball.
That looked like a mislocation there. Conger was set up outside.
And what you allow him to do, because it's not overpowering, and you're able to track that ball upstairs.
What we haven't seen yet from JERED is the no-seam fastball in on a left-handed batter. Encarnacion over at first base. Leadoff single for him. Nobody out here in the fourth. The 1-2. Breaking pitch, popped him up. Eric Ibar calls off Chris Nelson. 1 out.
Weaver, more than any pitcher I've seen in a long, long time, can make adjustments during the course of the game when he doesn't have a feel for a certain pitch. By the 4th, 5th, and 6th inning, all of a sudden he will find that pitch. That curveball there. Lynn was out in front, pops it up. Eric Ibar. First 3 innings, only threw 2 first pitch strikes. He's able to go 0-2 counts. A couple batters here in this inning.
Rasmus swinging through the first pitch breaking ball. Hit a fly ball to left field to end the second inning. Rasmus 0 for 1.
50 pitches thrown for Weaver, 32 in the strike zone.
2 punch outs, no walks, and the 3 hits allowed.
Looked like he tried that no-seam fastball there to Rasmus inside. Hasn't had command with that yet, but still the right idea, right game plan. Fastballs in on Rasmus. As long as it's not down and in there. Thigh high or above inside. Very effective against him.
1-2. There it is. Grounded to short. Could be 2. Ibar to Kendrick on the first, and safe at first. So Rasmus reaches on the fielder's choice, and it'll bring up Brett Laurie.
Well played all around by the infielders. Ibar to Kendrick. Real close there. First again, another tough call for Jerry Davis. Weaver thought he was through the inning. Well, he made a perfect pitch to Rasmus. Away, got the ground ball rated Ibar, but Rasmus runs well down the line.
Laurie looks at a strike. Homered, leading off the third inning, 9th of the year, picked up his 24th RBI. One and one.
The other thing about Rasmus, he runs well down the line, yet he has no stolen bases this season. 0 for 1 as far as that category.
Angels up 3-1 here in the fourth. Off speed, sky to left center. Mike Trout moving over. He's there. The inning comes to an end. We'll hit at the bottom of the fourth here at the Big A. It is 3-1 Angels. Angels baseball is brought to you by AT&T Uverse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-ATT. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. The Angels up on the score of 3-1. Jared Weaver gave a leadoff single, but nothing more in that fourth inning. And here the bottom of the fourth inning. Ibar, Nelson, and Shuck to face ESMIL Rogers. Was settled down after that 31st or 31 pitch first inning, which he gave up 3 runs on 5 hits. Ibar with an RBI single in the first, 39th run batted in.
When you look at Adam Lind playing deep at first, you would think maybe the Ibar would take a shot at rolling a bunt down the first baseline. But again, like I mentioned, Rogers fields his position very well. Allows Lind to play deeper at first.
One outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Halo's still looking for that first guy to reach base and start an inning. He's retired the leadoff man, first 3. This was hit sharply towards second, past Ibar, or ESTURIS, I should say, and Ibar picks up his second hit. Time now for a Fox Sports 1 game break. Thanks a lot, eh? Here it's 3-1 Angels, a 3-run first inning. Ibar picks up his second hit. The first time the Angels have gotten their leadoff man on board. Nelson at the plate.
A. Martinez doing the updates.
Yeah. August 17th, right around the corner. Kicking off Fox Sports 1.
A perfect guy at the plate here for MAICER to put on a hit and run. And difficult to steal straight against Rogers, but very good as far as hit and run guy because he uses that two-seam fastball down.
1-0 on Chris Nelson, the third baseman. RBI single for him in the first. Fifth RBI as an Angel. It was a little off the plate. Called strike by Mark Carlson. Evens up the count.
It's that good moving fastball that Rogers has developed as a starter. Enables him to get some ground ball outs.
Grounder over to second base. ESMIL feeds it. Reyes. Nelson thrown out. Second double play the Angels have hit into tonight. 2 outs. Base is clear now for J.B. Shuck.
When you start talking about AL Rookies of the Year, J.B. Shuck certainly in that conversation. He leads the American League as far as rookies. The average in hits. Whether the rookie has more than 10 home runs or 7 wins or 2 saves. So it's a situation where right now if J.B. Shuck can continue on what he's been doing, he's going to be in that conversation for AL Rookie of the Year.
One ball, one strike. JB struck out looking into first. And there's really no runaway or standout rookie. You know, last year dealt with Bryce Harper in the National League, Mike Trout in the American League, Manny Machado as well.
Boy, and that play like JB made last night puts him on the map as far as everyone knows who he is now.
Rays have a pitcher named Chris Archer having a good season.
He's got some great numbers. Dealt in the month of July with a 4-0 mark with an ERA under 1.
3 balls and a strike. Had Conger on deck. 3-1 Angels. 3 runs in the first. Blue Jays got their run in the third. ESMIL Rogers originally signed back in '03 with the Diamondbacks as an infielder out of the Dominican Republic. They converted him to the mound in '06. (3-1). That's a 2-out walk. First issued by the right-hander. No ring of Hank.
That's why I think at this point, if you're J.B. Shuck, you got to think about trying to steal a base. It's a gift runner, 2-out walk. You have good speed. Get in, try to get in a scoring position for Hank Conger.
Shuck with 4 stolen bases has been caught 4 times for the first. Hank 0 for 1. He got jammed and popped out to Jose Reyes, the shortstop, back in the second. Oh, 1. Hank lifts one out to left center. Bonifacio, the left fielder, calls off Rasmus, and it comes to an end. We've played 4 here at Angel Stadium. The Angels up by the score 3-1.
summary. Some early clutch hitting in the first inning for the Halos. Eric Ivar base hit up the middle, scores Josh Hamilton. Chris Nelson continues his good approach to the plate, base hit in the right field, scores Mark Trumbo. One of the 3 runs scored in the first inning. Garrett Weaver so far has made that hold up. The swing and miss against Jose Bautista with a fastball down the middle of the plate. The Halos lead this one 3-1 in the top of the 5th.
Young man eating the hot dog in 3 parts. Relish, then the ketchup, then the mustard. Now that's by design.
Yes.
That's a professional.
What's your favorite on the hot dog? Is it the mustard or ketchup? You're a ketchup guy, aren't you?
Ketchup guy or barbecue sauce, believe it or not. Not a big relish guy.
No.
I could do the mustard, but I prefer not to.
Yeah, I'm a mustard guy. Little sauerkraut every once in a while.
Oh.
It's good for you.
Philly guy. 0-1 pitch. Down and away. Aaron Sibia, Bonifacio, and Reyes. 8-9-1 for Toronto. 1 run, 3 hits, 3 left on for the Blue Jays. 3 runs, 7 hits, an error. And 3 left on for the Angels. Aaron Sibia reached on the error by Trumbo in the first inning. Or pardon me, the 3rd inning. 0 for 1. Two strikeouts, no walks, and the 3 hits allowed for JERED. Two balls, 2 strikes. Sibia with good power numbers. 17 home runs this year, but a guy that will strike out. Such as this.
On cue, high fastball gets a swing and miss.
1 out. Hey, Denny's Family Sundays are the perfect way to spend time with your family on
Sunday.
We're going to go with Sunday. Free activities for kids in the right field pavilion include a variety of games as well as arts and crafts. The next Family Sunday is
it this Sunday?
It's this Sunday, 12:35 p.m. against the Blue Jays. To purchase your tickets, visit angels.com today. You might even get
Who knew?
Little face painting by Mark Gubiza. The Artisan.
Oh, yes.
Bonifacio, the left fielder, 0 for 1, hit a fly ball to right. A good off-speed pitch. 0-2.
Boy, he's starting to get a feel for that pitch. And when you think about this Toronto club, they like to hit the fastball. All of a sudden, you're seeing a lot of swings in which the front hip opens up and unable to make contact.
Called strike 3. Boy, looking out over the plate, and that pitch locked him up on the inside part.
That's that perfect no-seam fastball that Weave likes to throw inside and freezes a left-handed batter. No seam, the rotation runs back and catches the inside corner. Starts at the hip of a left-handed batter and then catches the corner. Late movement, great late movement. A pitch that Scott Shields showed him how to throw, just playing catch in the outfield.
Ray is 0 for 2 with a couple of fly ball outs. Go with 2.
.67 pitches thrown by Weaver, 44 strikes, 4-0-2 counts in the game now. Gives you an opportunity to expand the strike zone, change speeds. Gotten Reyes out twice on off-speed pitches.
One, 2 on the way. Check swing foul.
Boy, that's a look of confusion for a hitter against a pitcher, not knowing any any idea where Weaver's going to throw the baseball. He threw him a couple fastballs there. He threw him a hard slider, got him out on a curveball and a changeup earlier in the game.
Swing and a miss, and Weaver strikes out the side. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth with the Halos on top 3-1. Weaver just had a 1-2-3 top of the inning, and of course this Mike Trout jersey giveaway. But I want to talk about the strikeouts for JERED Weaver.
Yeah, he's able to throw that no-seam fastball, gets on top of that, be able to work that fastball inside on lefties and get that inside corner. Why are you laughing?
Nothing. The description of that no-seam fastball is unbelievable.
I thought it was all about the shirt. It's a good look, isn't it?
It fits you marvelously.
I'm glad to be able to put it on for you.
It's got somewhat of a slimming look to it. Calhoun, Trout, and Hamilton.
Hey, can I breathe yet?
Boy, if someone down in the Diamond Club gets hit by a button, we will know where it came from.
I'm going to need my third rotator cuff surgery after putting that on.
You're peeling that off. Calhoun 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. ESMIL Rogers has 3 total strikeouts, 1 walk. This one pulled foul. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Cole tonight just hasn't looked as comfortable as last night at the batter's box. Perhaps facing Rogers for the first time, getting a chance to feel, looking at two-seam fastball, but he hasn't picked up the baseball quite as good.
Well, his approach last night, we could talk about the home run, and that was outstanding late in the game, but his other swings throughout that early part of the game, line drives up the middle, a base hit away, perfect swings.
Another 1-2. Calhoun rips one down the right field line. This has got home run distance. That is gone. Big fly for Cole Calhoun. Second of his big league career. It is 4-1 Angels.
Well, you talked about the adjustment in this game for Cole Calhoun, Victor, just a couple seconds ago, and then boy, did he make an adjustment. Rogers, very successful his first couple at bats against Calhoun with a swing and miss. Tries to go two-seamer away, but this one stays out over the plate. And Calhoun did not miss that at all. See the elbow and wrist drop, creating lateral movement instead of sinking movement from Rogers, and Calhoun hits his second career home run back-to-back games.
Trout fouls off this one. Trout 1 for 2 with a single in the first. Watch out. Fastball got him in the shoulder. Puts a man on for Hamilton, but nobody out.
Fifth batter that Rogers has hit this season. He's talked about he can get wild. Trying to go inside on the shoulder of Mike Trout. See, Trout does a good job as far as when anything is going inside, runs that fastball, he's still turning his body. If you're a youngster and you're playing baseball and anything is coming on the inner half of the plate, that's what you want to do. You want to turn your body to absorb it on the shoulder area and keep that head away from being hit with the baseball.
Hamilton takes down and away. Josh 1 for 2, had a single with a run scored in the first and a ground out in the third. 4-1 Angels here in the fifth inning. Cole Calhoun with a leadoff home run. Brett Laurie, the third baseman, way off the line. This one's pulled to the right side. IZTURIS can't get it. It's a base hit. Trout will round second. He will stop right there as he gets back to the bag. I think he may have slipped.
Yeah, he did when he was going around the base. Just as he made that cut around the corner of the base, stumbled, and with Bautista's arm strength and accuracy with his throw, there's no reason to take that shot, especially with no outs. You don't want to be the first out at third base. He's thinking, then that slight stumble, and then returns back to the base. You don't want to be that out of third. Be the first out of third, I should say, with Bautista's arm strength.
Boy, on contact, it looked like he wanted to get to third base.
Got great speed. We talked about his instincts, which are outstanding. Great instincts, knowing once you stumble, don't take that chance to go to third.
First and second, nobody out. Here's Howie. Breaking pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes, and it looks like the Blue Jays are going to start seeing some action in their bullpen. Rogers has thrown 82 pitches so far. Kendrick tonight 2 for 2. That is back up the middle. That's a base hit. Trout had to hold up for a second. Dino's going to wave him in. Here comes the throw from Rasmus up the line. It is 5-1 Angels. The throw sails into right center. That is going to bring in 2. Thank you very much, J.P. Arancibia. 7-1 Halos.
And the reason why that worked, that's just great base running the entire inning by the Angels. Great approach by Trout, stopping at second, and when he stumbled, all around great job by Howie Kendrick, even with that throw towards home plate by Rasmus. Then he goes into second, baiting that throw from Arancibia and eventually being a high throw. You see Trout coming in, you need that speed against Rasmus. He's got a good, accurate arm himself, but then the high throw in the second is how he got into scoring position too. Easily comes around and scores on a mistake by Toronto.
I mean, Arancibia had no business throwing that ball to second base whatsoever. Kendrick was already at the bag. It's his 7th error of the year. 4 runs in for the Halos here in the 5th. Still nobody out. Here comes Mark Trumbo. Brad Lincoln loosening. He's the man that was called up today. With Redmond being sent down.
Well, we've seen some outstanding decisions on the base pass so far for the Angels. One being Mike Trout. Earlier we saw Eric Ibar not challenging that arm by Bautista in right. And then Howie going in to second base, drawing that throw.
2 balls and no strikes. Kendrick, a single with an RBI, a 3-hit game for him. His 47th run batted in. And the other 2 runs on the error by Arancibia. 10 hits tonight for the Angels. They've been in the double digits in that category all 3 games now against Toronto. The 1-2 down and away. Trumbo 0 for 2. Fielder's choice with an RBI and a run scored in the first, a double play ball in the third. Calhoun picking up his second home run. That started off his 4-run fifth. Helped out by the defense. The Blue Jays side. Foul back.
Well, I really like the energy the club has had in these 3 games against Toronto, considering how difficult that last road trip was, in which they had leads in all 7 games. Yet resilient. And Socha had a conversation with the club to start this series off at home. Boy, they've responded well.
Trumbo foul tips that one into the mid of Aaron Sivia. There's out number 1. Strikeout number 4 for Rogers.
He challenged him with a number of 95-mile-an-hour fastballs in that sequence against Mark Trumbo.
So 1 out, nobody on for Eric Ibar. Ibar 2 for 2, a couple of singles and an RBI. No balls and 2 strikes. Disappointing season for the Blue Jays, to say the least, as it has been for the Angels. Ibar hits one towards second. ESMIL has it. 2 outs. The thing about the Blue Jays, though, is that they had an incredible month of June. 10 and 17 in April, 13 and 15 in May. Then they went 17 and 9 in the month of June, and had a staff ERA of 2.91. Got back into it. There's R.A. Dickey, and then all of a sudden they struggle again in July, 10 and 16.
Yeah, did they win 11 games in a row at one point?
Nelson takes a strike on the inside corner. Chris still doesn't like that called strike.
And didn't Mark Burley say after that winning streak, and then of course then it was a losing streak, he said, I don't know what we are. Are we that good or are we that bad? It's that inconsistencies for the Blue Jays the entire year.
0-2. Nelson 1 for 2 tonight. There's Mark Burley. He'll get the start tomorrow. C.J. Wilson will oppose him. Contrast in styles.
No doubt about that one.
One and 2. 95 pitches thrown by Rogers.
So amazing that Burley threw a perfect game. Not overpowering with his fastball, great command. There's a lot of strikes, works extremely fast, utilizes his defense as well as any pitcher in baseball.
Dwayne Wise making a terrific. He was released today, I've read, for the White Sox.
Then he's got to sign with Toronto, doesn't he?
Yeah, Burley's got to call him and say, come on,
yes,
north of the border, I got you.
I need you.
Nelson goes down swinging. Rogers settles down, gets the next 3 guys, but the Angels tack on 4 runs here in the 5th inning. We've played 5 here at the Big A. 7-1 Angels.
She's 19, just written it on.
For the solo home run, the Angels tack it on 4. They lead at 7-1.
Now let's take a look at that Carl's Jr. Sports update around the majors. We talked about the Saturday nights all right for the Aces, and a lot of them pitched exceptionally well. One being here and JERED Weaver. Max Scherzer picked up his 16th win. It was a pitcher's duel in Fenway between Patrick Corbin and Jake Peavy. Peavy won that game. Lincecum and Price dueled together down in Tampa. Neither got a decision, but both pitched exceptionally well. And Francisco Liriano for Pittsburgh won his 12th game. ERA barely over 2 for Liriano.
IZTURIS hits one out to right. Cole Calhoun is there. 1 out.
One of the great stories in baseball. He's had a tough time commanding the strike zone of late. He's thrown a no-hitter in his career too.
Took a flyer on him.
Pittsburgh's done a nice job as far as that, taking some chances with some pitchers. Lisa Grillo, prior to being hurt, was outstanding. The All-Star as their closer. I have never closed before.
No balls and 2 strikes on Jose Bautista, the right fielder, who is 0 for 2. Fantastic play by Nelson in the first, and a strikeout in the third. One ball, 2 strikes. Encarnacion on deck. 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? No. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got him last time with a fastball. This time upstairs with an 88-mile-an-hour fastball. Almost chased it.
Breaking pitch, hammer to left field. Hamilton got a good jump and can't get it. Bounces into the seats. It's a double for Bautista.
Wicked breaking ball that just stayed up in the strike zone. Bautista jumps on it. And it just kind of spun middle part of the plate. He had good balance and threw the baseball on that one. Got it out in front. Hamilton almost tracked that one down. You're right, Victor. He had a good jump at it. The ball was hit so hard, got over his head too quick. 22nd double of the season by Bautista.
Double for Bautista's 22nd. Encarnacion at the plate. 1 for 2. A single in the fourth. Good off speed. It's a 0-1 count. 5 strikeouts for Weaver. No walks. Now 4 hits allowed. .77 pitches thrown by Weaver. Out to the alley, right center field. It's a base hit. Bautista is going to be waved in. Here comes a throw from Calhoun. It's cut off by Trumbo. He thought about firing it home, and I'm surprised that he didn't. At least to take a chance. Run scores a single. 7-2 Angels. Time now for a Fox Sports 1 game break. Tampa Bay game back of the Boston Red Sox. Boston 5-2 winners over the Diamondbacks today. Baltimore dropping 1 to Seattle.
What a race that is in that AL East. When coming into the season, because of all the changes the Red Sox went through during the offseason, you thought they would be taking a step backwards. Instead, they've been outstanding.
Encarnacion picks up his 86th run batted in. Lynn takes up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Glenn getting to start at first base tonight. Hits one towards short. Ibar is going to take it himself. That's a 6-3 inning-ending double play. Toronto adds a run on the single by Encarnacion. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. The Angels still on top, 7-2. The bottom of the 6th inning, the Angels up by the score of 7-2. New pitcher on for the Toronto Blue Jays. It's the right-hander Brad Lincoln, 28-year-old, native of Houston, Texas. Takes over for ESMIL Rogers. So in and out, who's in, who is out. Rogers is done. Lincoln called up today.
Yeah, Lincoln fastball 91-95. Good curveball and solid split finger fastball.
He replaced Todd Redmond, who got the start last night. Was set down after the game. Lincoln, a former first-round pick, 4th overall in 2006 at the University of Houston. That was by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Don't believe he was a member of Phi Slamma Jamma.
I'm sure he's a fan of them, though.
Yeah. Chuck, Conger, and Calhoun here in the 6th inning. JB, a strikeout in the 1st, a walk in the 4th. In the hole with no balls and 2 strikes. He came over in the trade for Travis Snyder, former outfielder for the Blue Jays, now with Pittsburgh. That's a called strike 3 on 3 pitches. There's 1 out here, the 6th.
Boy, fastball, split finger fastball, then breaking ball in the outside corner.
ESMIL Rogers, by the way, the starter for Toronto. 5 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned. 5 strikeouts and 1 walk. Conger fouls this one off into the seats on the third base side. It's an 0-1 count. Hank tonight has popped to short, hit a fly ball to left. Backdoor breaking ball misses wide. 1-1 now. 2-1. Halos have scored at least 7 runs in 3 straight home games. For the first time since 2011. 8 on Thursday, 7 last night, 7 so far tonight. Double digits in the hits category as well, all 3 games. Conger lifts one out to right field. Bautista moving over toward the corner. Just shy of the track, makes the catch for the second out.
Well, he just missed that one. Cole Calhoun, what a job he's done in the last couple of nights. 4-hit performance last night, including the go-ahead 2-run home run off Bellemare. His first career home run, followed up today in the 5th inning with his 2nd career home run. Similar zone, similar result. This one well out to right field. 2 career home runs now in back-to-back games here for Cole Calhoun.
A 1 for 3 night with that home run. Looks at a fastball for a strike.
Very well in that leadoff spot. 7 for 12.
Go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
Back Clockwork Angels. We talked about these guys that come in with a lot of energy. Cole Calhoun, Chris Nelson, J.B. Shuck. The other players on the team besides the Mike Trouts and Josh Helmuths and Mark Trumbos coming through with some quality at bats and some needed energy for this team. Still had a smile on his face today when we talked to him about that play for J.B. Shuck. What a play.
2 balls, 2 strikes now. And Jerry DiPoto on the pregame show saying that 25 years of baseball is the best play he's seen. Not taking anything away as far as the athleticism of Peter Borges or Mike Trout in their 2 plays, but just a very good play. 2-2, a little bouncer foul.
Well, just think of all the great plays we've seen from Angel outfielders over the years. The last 2 seasons, we've seen some of the best you'll ever see. With Mike Trout in Baltimore, Peter Borges in Baltimore, and J.B. Shuck here at the Big A. Gary Pettis has made some amazing ones here over the years. Jim Edmonds in Kansas City was unreal.
He went around. They'll apply the tag. Calhoun is a strikeout out. 1-2-3, 6th inning for Brad Lincoln. The Angels still on top, though. Chicken sandwich combos for only $3.99 plus tax. Go big at a participating Jack in the Box today. And by Chase. Send money to almost anyone, anywhere with your smartphone. Chase Quick Pay, so you can. A gorgeous sunset from the left field pavilion, I believe it is. JERED Weaver back out of the mound here in the 7th inning. 7-2 Angels. Rasmus, Laurie, and Aaron Sibiot. 6, 7, and 8 for Toronto. 5 strikeouts, no walks, and 5 hits allowed. Rasmus taps the first one foul off his body. It's an 0-1 count. Blue Jays center fielder 0 for 2. A fly ball to left, and then he reached on the fielder's choice in the 4th.
A nice changeup to start off this at bat against Rasmus from Weaver.
That is out toward right center field. Calhoun's not going to get there. One hops the fence. Rasmus on his way to second. He is in there with a double. Cole making that play interesting. 26th double of the year for Rasmus.
Yeah, Rasmus almost slid off the base, and Eric Ibar tried to keep that tag applied to him, but Rasmus able to hold on to the base. Back-to-back changeup. This one too much to the plate. Rasmus turns on it. One hops the wall, but Calhoun got it in quickly. And the slide at the base, able to hold on. So Ibar always so alert with that. If anybody goes off the base, keep that tag applied.
83 pitches thrown by Weaver. And here's Brett Laurie, who homered leading off the 3rd inning. 9th of the year, 24th RBI. Fouls this one back. Laurie hit a fly ball to center field in the 4th, so he's 1 for 2.
Yeah, that was even hit well from Brett Laurie. He's the one guy in this lineup tonight so far against Weaver has had some pretty good swings against him consistently.
Oh, with 2. Oh, 2. Ground ball to second. Howie down on the knee. Retires Laurie. Rasmus advances to 3rd, 1 out. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. 1 out, 1 on. Here's J.P. Aaron Sibiot. Catcher is 0 for 2. Johnny error back in the 3rd inning. Charged to Trumbo. Breaking ball to dirt. Nice block by Hank. 1-0. Not an easy pitch to block either. That ball jumped up on him.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago I had a conversation with Hank Conger just about that pitch in the dirt. When you block it, it's so important as a catcher. When you block it, don't sit there and wait and look around for the baseball. Get up as quickly as possible and retrieve the baseball. That's what he did so well.
Another off-speed pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Ground ball to the right side. Kendrick to his left. Goes off balance. 2 outs. The run scores. Aaron Sibiot picks up his 45th RBI. It's 7-3 Angels.
Good play by Howie. Very good going to the glove side. Great range from that side of the infield for him. Mark Trumbo, wise decision going back to the base. A lot of times as a first baseman, you go after that baseball also. And then leaving that more of a difficult play with the pitcher covering the base.
Emilio Bonifacio, the left fielder, looks at a strike. 0 for 2 tonight with the fly ball to right and a strikeout. The Angels with 3 runs in the 1st, 4 in the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pretty good pitch.
It's that no-seam fastball. Got him out on that pitch last time.
This is popped up. Shallow right. Calhoun broke back, now comes in. The inning comes to an end. Blue Jays do get a run. 7th inning stretch time, and the Angels still on top 7-3.
In the 7th is Mike Trout going to lead off for the Halos. We'll give you a little split screen to comparisons between Jose Bautista, an excellent hitter, and Mike Trout. Both with their hands high, a little bit different as far as their base and their stride. More of a wide open stance for Trout, but similar as far as the stride and getting that baseball out in front. Hands up high and through the baseball, both. Great extension, both coverage of both the inside part of the plate and outside part of the plate. That's why you see consistent numbers.
Brad Lincoln out for his 2nd inning of work. At a 1-2-3 6th inning, it'll be Trout, Hamilton, and Kendrick here in the 7th. Mike 1 for 2, a single with a run scored to the 1st, a ground out in the 2nd. Was hit by a pitch by Ismail Rogers and scored to the 5th. 0-1. Let's try. Lincoln has come in and thrown strikes, 15 pitches, 11 of them in the zone.
Well, like he may see a split finger fastball now from Lincoln. Well, this Toronto bullpen, some power arms. They've always had power arms out of the bullpen for years. Won a couple World Series back in the 90s with a great bullpen. From the Timlins to the Dwayne Wards, the Tom Henke's on 4th.
Foul back into the seats, a ball and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. The breaking ball misses in, and it's a full count.
After being behind in the count 0-2, all of a sudden full count for Trout.
Hamilton on deck. Josh with a couple of hits tonight.
couple of runs scored also.
And he walked him. Leadoff man is on board. Brings up Hamilton. We'll go back to our AT&T Twitter poll question of the series. The best trait that Mike Trout possesses, and discipline now at 66%. Instinct starting to make a run.
Thought that would make a little bit of a dent, but the discipline once again have to be behind 0-2. Didn't chase any pitches, end up working the walk.
It's 8 consecutive games in which Trout has drawn at least one walk. Thought about going, and Hamilton fouls it back. 0-1. Two for 3, 9 for Hamilton. A little overshift on the infield. Put to the first, and Trout may have been leaning.
Yeah, he was going. Lincoln did a nice job of holding the baseball. Mike Trout became a little impatient. Started moving towards that stolen base attempt, and then had to dive back to first.
Trout doesn't go, and Hamilton hits one out toward left field. Bonifacio giving chase, still moving to his right, tracks it down. One out.
Pretty good play by Bonifacio in left field. He had to go a long way to track that one down. We mentioned how shallow he'll play in left field, but had to go back and then to his left. And Howie's had himself a game here today too. 3 singles and RBI. Lincoln doing an excellent job as far as holding the baseball. It's very difficult. As a base runner, you're trying to read a pitcher. He's thinking about going once again. And Lincoln hold on the baseball. As a base runner, you always go to that back part of the base. It's a longer tag for a first baseman to apply the tag to you.
Hit off the plate for ball 1. Howie, a 3-hit game, 3 singles, an RBI and a run scored.
Trout is definitely in position, you think, to try to steal his 24th stolen base of the year. Lincoln's doing a great job as far as holding the baseball.
Two and 0.
A good fastball count here for Howie. Concentration going away from Howie Kendrick and all the attention on Mike Trout.
Back up the middle, Lincoln snags it. What a play. It's going to be a double play, and the inning comes to an end. Little self-preservation there, robbing Kendrick of a base hit. 7 in the books. Still 7-3 Angels. AT&T, rethink possible. And by El Pollo Loco, crazy you can taste. Top of the 8th inning, 7-3 Angels. Top of the order coming up. Jared Weaver back out on the mound to face Reyes, IZTURIS, and Bautista. Heck of a play by Brad Lincoln.
It was the best impersonation of Jack Lazarco, who we saw in Texas. Former Angel. He was amazing as far as fielding his position. Former goalie. Lincoln made like a goalie there on that line drive up the middle by Howie.
Reyes, a shortstop, 0 for 3 tonight. The lines went over the outstretched glove of Howie Kendrick. And it's a leadoff single. We'll go back to the bottom of the 7th inning on that play that ended it, the double play.
Boy, Howie, and we talked about being a good fastball count, line drive, and Lincoln just threw his glove up, makes the play, and gets a double play out of it. The ball was hit extremely hard, too, by Howie. Lincoln fielding his position, throw the glove up. The glove found the baseball.
IZTURIS 1 for 3 tonight. A single back in the 3rd inning. Hit by Reyes, a 7th for Toronto.
We were now at 95 pitches thrown, 64 strikes.
Bouncer to first. Trumbo fires dive bar for 1. Relay back to first, and they got him.
Athletic double play. 3-6-3. Great job by Eric Ibar.
2 outs.
Huge double play at this point of the game, especially with the middle part of the lineup coming up for Toronto. Mark Trumbo fields his position well. Good throw over to Eric Ibar, who gets away from Jose Reyes' slide at second and completes a 3-6-3 double play. Good feed from Trumbo. Eric Ibar able to get out of the way. Looked like he had initially had some trouble with his footwork towards the base, but turns a nifty 3-6-3 double play. And Reyes super quick, trying to make sure that Ibar didn't have a clean path to throw the first. But Ibar, strong throwing arm himself, 2 of the best shortstops you're going to see here in the game tonight with Reyes and Ibar.
1 ball, 1 strike on Jose Bautista, the right fielder. Dane De La Rosa getting ready in the pen. 98 pitches thrown by Jared. Looked like he went around that time, and he did, says Jerry Davis. Very similar to the check swing he had last at bat. 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Three and 1.
We were at the century mark now on pitches thrown. 100. A nice job here with 2 outs in the 8th.
Bautista yanks it foul. Watch out.
That's why it's not easy to do it. The game in the
You don't want to do the games over there now?
No, when
You've been talked out of it.
Yes.
Boy, you were bowed up, your chest out yesterday talking about it.
No, not now.
Okay, tough guy. Here's a 3-2. Bautista fouls one back. Watch out, Dean. Did you get it? Attaboy.
Just as we said, we didn't want to be down to Sweets. He didn't get a foul ball right into here.
Our stage manager, Dean, almost wore that one.
Yeah, next maybe we should do it up in that Budweiser Pavilion. I think we're safe up there now.
Another 3-2 on the way, and he walked him. 2-out walk puts a man on, and Edwin Encarnacion coming to the plate. Hey, fans, make sure to enter win an all-new 2014 Chevy Silverado and Diamond Field Box Angels tickets with the Summer of Silverado giveaway. Enter online today at angels.com/Chevy. See some more seats to give away.
Yes.
You sure you don't want to go down? Bring your glove.
Yes.
What was it, 2 years ago we did down there?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, 2 years ago.
There was that one foul ball. I was sitting to your left. So it was like almost hiding behind a tree.
Yeah,
I couldn't see the batter.
That gets in there pretty quick.
There was one that came up, and it was nowhere near us. And I flinched big time. Then I realized just you pulling out the cotton candy.
Yes. It's very good for you.
Encarnacion takes upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Encarnacion 2 for 3. Couple of singles. 2 balls and no strikes. JERED not happy. Just 105 pitches. Remember back in the third, we're talking about at the 50 pitch mark. Got extended there in that third inning. Settled down very nicely. Trying to get through this 8th inning.
That's why that double play being turned by Trumbo and Ibar is so important, especially with this part of the lineup coming up for Toronto. Could be Weave's last batter right here, trying to fight his way through, finish off this inning. He was upset at himself by walking Bautista to start this little bit of a rally for Toronto with 2 outs.
Three and 1.
I wonder if we will throw a 3-1 changeup now.
Bautista at first base, and he walked him. So back-to-back walks, and that's going to force Socha to come out with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. And he's going to go to the bullpen. With Adam Lynn coming up, Jared Weaver's night is done, and you'll hear it from the 41,000 plus with the Angels up 7-3. Out here in the 8th inning, 7 2/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a fantastic outing for him in a position to pick up the win. The Angels up by the score of 7-3. Dane De La Rosa takes his spot. Our in and out, who's in, who's out.
And Dane, very good fastball, 93-96, split finger fastball, curve, slider. 51st game. He's a winning pitcher in last night's game. It's the Cole Calhoun's 2-run home run.
Yeah, De La Rosa now 5-1 on the season, facing Adam Lynn. Bautista standing at second, Encarnacion at first base. The first one is down the third baseline into the camera well. 0-1 count.
Good job by JERED Weaver tonight. First game, his son Aiden came to the game today with his wife Kristen. See his dad go out there and perform 7 2/3 innings pitch for JERED Weaver.
Lynn bounces one up the first base side, foul.
And there's Kristen and Aiden. First game. Watch dad pitch. Mr. Weaver there also. Great job by Weave at home once again at the Big A. Just outstanding. Only a couple pitches at 90 miles an hour for him, so he had to mix and match with his fastball tonight. Certainly given that length in the game for Mike Scioscia. 7 2/3 innings pitched.
No balls and 2 strikes. Lynn tonight getting to start at first, 0 for 3. Here's the 0-2. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Advancing to third is Bautista. Encarnacion strolls into second. So wild pitch. And 2 base runners now in scoring position and a 1-2 count on Lynn.
One of those decisions you have to make as a manager. Down, you're trying to make sure, hopefully, that De La Rosa can get through this inning. And you mix and match in the 9th inning to try to preserve the victory.
The 1-2. Fouled back. Lynn was on that fastball.
Boy, he's a pitcher. Even though the pitch before, a wild pitch in the dirt, you still have to have faith that Hank Conger's done a nice job as far as blocking pitches in the dirt. You might take a shot at a split finger fastball now.
Ground ball toward the middle, but Ibar shading him that way. The inning comes to an end. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on. Weaver allows 3 through 7 2/3. Spectacular outing for him with the Angels still on top. Three halos on top. Trumbo, Ibar, and Nelson to face Brad Lincoln. Trying to tack on some runs. JERED Weaver looking for his 6th win of the season. Nice shot by De La Rosa to finish off that 8th inning.
Good job by the scouting department to have Eric Ibar throughout the game rating that position for Adam Lind. He's hit a number of ground balls right there up the middle, and Ibar right in position to make the play.
Trumbo hits one out toward left field. Got it off the end of the bat. Bonifacio is there. One out. 0 for 4-9 for Mark to pick up an RBI on a fielder's choice and a run scored in the first.
A good view of how that slider that was spinning just had Trumbo just out in front enough to get that ball off the end of the bat. Strong Trumbo is, but not quite strong enough to get that at that part of the bat. Eric Ibar having a great series, 6 for 10.
Batting average up to 288 with his multi-hit game tonight. One and one. Third inning of relief for Brad Lincoln. The Angels have action in their bullpen. Kevin Jepson getting ready. Toronto will have Rasmus, Laurie, and Aaron Sivia. 6, 7, and 8 due up. One ball, 2 strikes. Good breaking ball.
In between his slider and his split finger fastball, along with command of his 94-mile-an-hour fastball, has been difficult to get some good swings against him.
Two and two. Chris Nelson on deck. Ibar rolls it over to first. Lind going to his right, has it, feeds Lincoln. 2 outs.
Well played by Lind and good job by Lincoln being in position to be at the base. Never assume anything as far as a pitcher, anything hit to that side of the field, you always cover the base. And Adam Lind, a perfect feed to Brad Lincoln covering the base.
Nelson 1 for 3. RBI single in the first inning. The Angels got 3 runs in that first inning, 4 in the 5th.
Cole Calhoun, a solo shot. Back-to-back games for home runs for Calhoun.
No balls and 2 strikes. ESMIL Rogers got the start for Toronto at 5 innings. Gave up 7 runs, 5 earned. Weaver 3 runs, all earned. 7 hits and 7 2/3 tonight. 1 and 2. Another good crowd on hand. We'll be back at it tomorrow. 12:35 start. Just live pregame, kicking things off at noon. C.J. Wilson going up against Mark Burley. A couple of lefties. 2 and 2. C.J. trying to bounce back after probably his worst outing of the year. 4 innings in Texas. 2-2 pitch. Nelson fouls it off. Burley's had an interesting season. 7-7, a 4.27 ERA in 22 starts.
I recall not a lot of success against the Angels who had his career.
Another 2-2. Little bouncer back to the mound. Lincoln will apply the tag. And it comes to an end. Well, end of the night, the Angels on top 7-3. Seven to 3, trying to make it 3 in a row over the Toronto Blue Jays. And Mike Scioscia's gone back to the bullpen. Kevin Jepson taking over for Dane De La Rosa through the last out, and the ground ball off the bat of Adam Lind.
And Jepson had a conversation with him today, feeling better about his breaking ball, which could be as important a pitch as his fastball, because if he can get people to start looking for something different besides that 97-mile-an-hour fastball, going to be more effective in the bullpen for Mike Scioscia.
Colby Rasmus, Brett Lawrie, and J.P. Arancibia here in the ninth inning for the Blue Jays. Rasmus 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored in the seventh. Rasmus takes upstairs. Kevin pitched a third of an inning last night. 8 total pitches. This one back toward the middle. It's a leadoff single. And that'll bring up Brett Lawrie, the third baseman. Rasmus, his second hit. Join us after the game. We'll break it down for you on Angels Live post game. Tim Salmon, Mark Gubza. Expert analysis. That's coming up after the last out.
Fifth hit of the series for Rasmus against the Angels.
Jepson falls behind with 1 ball, no strikes. Lawrie 1 for 3, a home run, leading off the third inning. This one in the air to right, playable for Calhoun. Racing in and toward the foul line, 1 out.
The big thing for Calhoun, he came under control going to get that baseball. A lot of times when you run that quickly, your head's moving a lot and you're not able to track that down. But under control, runs over and gets that all-important first out here of the ninth.
One out, 1 on. J.P. Arancibia, the catcher.
How about a double play ball to finish it off? The defense has been outstanding in the game for the Angels here.
Well, the Angels have turned 2 double plays. Toronto's turned 3 of them. One and 0. Ericssimi 0 for 3. Picked up an RBI though with the 7th on the ground out. 45th run batted in.
Good fastball, 97, great location for Jepson.
Oh, emergency hack there. Pitch backed up, got him on the inside corner. 1 and 2.
Still like the thought process from Jepson, mixing in his slider.
Came back inside. Two balls and 2 strikes. Rasmus with a short lead at first base. This one grounded to second base. Kendrick to Ibar. On to first. Light that baby up as the Angels make it 3 in a row over the Toronto Blue Jays tonight by the final of 7-3.
What an awesome job, just like we hoped for. Ground ball double play. Good turn from Howie to Ibar. Finish it off. 4-6-3 double play. Cole Calhoun. Another home run. Great job by Kevin Jepson. And the bullpen picking up Jared Weaver, who gets his 6th win. He went 7 2/3, but balanced once again. 7 runs scored, 10 hits. Mike Trout scored a couple runs. Josh Hamilton with a couple hits. Eric Ibar with a couple hits. Chris Nelson, another good swing. Mike Scioscia's club. A lot of energy in this homestand so far is Howie. What a game he had today. With those 3 hits, involved in a couple double plays, turned as the Halos win the 3rd game of this 4-game series against Toronto. Certainly a good start. The energy's been outstanding. Put it all together. Jared Weaver 7 2/3, now 6 5. ESMIL Rogers takes the loss. He's now 3 6. Kevin Jepson closes it out. And Jose Mota's going to be down there on the field with one of the stars of the game, and Howie Kendrick with his at-bats and his great defense tonight.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Well, the team certainly has turned it around since coming home. From all the changes in the roster and the transactions, what has been the key for the young players so far?
You know, we got a lot of guys that come up and play the game hard. You know, Cole Calhoun's been swinging the bat really well. But I think the most important thing is guys been battling at the plate. And we've seen a lot of pitches, you know, having a lot of good at-bats and just coming up with some key hits when we need them.
8 games for you now as a cleanup hitter. What are the things you guard against to make sure you stay within your game?
Just try to have the same at bat, whether I'm hitting 4, 5, or 6. I just try to be the same player. I mean, when you try to do too much up there, you get yourself into trouble. So I just try to do what I normally do.
How happy are you to see the Weave back to being the Weave?
You know, and I played with Jared a long time, and, you know, it's fun playing defense behind him when he's getting outs like he did tonight. And, you know, it gave us opportunity to win, and we put up some runs for him early. And you give a guy like that a lead, he's going to hold it for you.
Howie, time to go home. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Howie Kendrick for the Angels. They take the first 3 out of the Jays. Weave on the mound. Victor Rojas, Tim Salmon will break it all down on Angels Live when we return.